Well, hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Project Singularity. Last time we left off getting our first machine, a coke oven, which will finally allow us to make our own torches. Since then, I've done a few chores around the base while Chief Logan is offline, and mainly just expanding the farm a lot. I've expanded the tiny garden to 2 barley and wheat fields, and then used that barley and wheat to start breeding cows and sheep in a pit over here. So our goal for today will be to get metal tools. Now, the sustainable way of doing this would be getting a smeltery, and we are going to do that later, but there is a short-term way, and it's quests. I need to keep up with these quests. If we get 256 cobblestone, it'll give us an iron pickaxe head, but that needs some quests. It needs this random checkbox quest, and more importantly, it needs this charcoal quest, which takes time, because the coke oven is very slow. So I'm here mining sand to get another coke oven. Now, this is possibly a bad idea because we're not gonna need 2 coke ovens likely, but there's nothing else I can do right now. I'm just waiting for quests to complete themselves essentially. Okay, I know I'm not crazy here. I can actually apply this diamond. It says I can. Why won't it let me? Oh, it might not have slots. I see. I don't have upgrade slots on it. So I was trying to apply a diamond upgrade onto this pickaxe, which is actually why I originally got excited over those diamonds. But we don't have any slots, but I think I can add one by doing this. Yep, there, 1 modifier, and then we got diamond. So this is pretty important, because I'm pretty sure it changes the mining level, and gives me 500 durability. It does not change the mining level. Okay, so they removed that functionality, but it might be faster, and it gives a ton of durability. Also, it's a flex, because it got diamond on it. And that's finally done. So, another coke oven should form now. There we go. And then I can split the logs from here into the coke oven here. And now we have 2. That charcoal is done, so I can finally claim this. It consumes the charcoal. That is annoying. Okay, but we do get an iron bucket out of that, and then I can do this, which will give us a pie, and then I need to mine a bunch of cobblestone. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna go drilling, not literally drilling, because we're not gonna have drills for a long time, but we're gonna go digging around a bunch of different areas to find an ore vein. So in the top left, bit of small text that tells me that this is an ore chunk, and so that means there's an ore vein down here, somewhere. That is the only hint we get. And so we're going to use that hint to hopefully find copper. And why we want copper is because it can be alloyed into bronze, which is a much better tool material. But simultaneously while we're doing this, we're filling out this quest because it wants to use 256 cobblestone to give us an iron tool. So we're doing 2 things at once. Oh, I think this is the stronghold. Okay, this is really dark and really dangerous. I was not expecting this. I kinda want Chief Logan online for this, but whatever. I would like more torches, but that would require using up everything we're getting from the coke oven. I think I can turn creosote into buckets, though. Oh, wow. Creosote into buckets. I think I can turn creosote into torches, yeah. That's really good. It does use some of our precious wool, but it does give us torches, which is more important. So then, back down. Hopefully I don't die. Okay, that's a fishing zombie. They can be very dangerous. Yeah, because of that. Awesome. Guess we're down here now. Wow. Yeah, that's just awesome. This is infernal mobs. That's unfortunate. I thought we could be one of the last to die. But yeah, that's what I mean by infernal mobs. That's why we were sitting in the ground for the entire first episode. It's just too dangerous. On the bright side, that did give us some human meat. 14. That's what we were dealing with. Okay. Of course he has thorns. Sure. Yeah, I'm dying faster than he is. What? So, least deaths is out the window at this point. We can leave that to Chief Logan. Can I get any light source? This just takes forever. Because I can't really go back down there until I have at least 1 torch. Ah, screw it. We'll just take one off the ground here. Don't even want to know what that is. We don't really have anything to lose anymore, since we have officially died now. And so we can actually just use this for business. I might end up farming human meat. Actually, I'll eat this just for the unique food. I'll do the same with rotten flesh. Nope, not dealing with that. Or am I? Hold on. Fire aspect would be a good combat against him, because that goes against the thorns. This is a different one. What even is this? What is that? They move so fast. Okay, so the infernal mob changes every single time I go down there. So my theory is that they're despawning, and then a zombie spawner is just giving me a new one each time. So I'm not going to accomplish anything by going down there again, but at the same time I don't hear anything right now, so I might as well just, like, find the spawner. What is this? Yeah, I don't know what we'd be getting here. I just want to find an ore vein. This is so annoying, because we were deathless up until here, and then oh, now there's zombies spawning again. It seems like some sort of tomb, so I think it's specific to whatever that is. Worst part is, this vein is probably gonna be like Fuller's Earth, and no one cares. Wow, that basically called it. It's a soapstone vein. It's just used for making lubricant. There is pentlandite, which is a source of nickel, but it's a pretty bad source. So then, let's prospect the next vein. GTNH ore veins will spawn always in a 3-chunk grid. And so if I just go 3 chunks away in any direction from this, then we should have another vein. And it'll tell me in the top left if I'm in an ore chunk, which, yep, right there. And then also, I can press F9, and this little blue box is the center of the chunk, which means we're basically guaranteed to find an ore vein here. Now, we don't know what ore vein it'll be, but at least we know there will be something. Hopefully it's not soapstone this time. That actually kind of pissed me off. Small brown limonite. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. If this is a limonite vein, that means we have 2 iron veins next to our house. And this one specifically, a limonite vein, would have a little bit of malachite, and malachite is copper. Also, from using my pickaxe so much, I've just gained 1 mining level, which doesn't mean I can actually mine this. So there we go, limonite. But that is a small limonite ore, which doesn't spawn in ore veins. They're just kind of scattered throughout the world. So we keep digging down. And I didn't bring torches. Now, since the last recording, Chief Logan has played quite a bit, and so the coke ovens have been running a long time. We have a stack of charcoal. He also reorganized the base a bit, putting a bunch of tool parts in here, and then got all these potions from the witch farm he built, which I'll have to check out once we have a portal system to get to the spawn easier. He also apparently got a ton of coal. I don't know how, but I'm not going to complain about that, because now we can make a bunch of torches and finally be done with that annoyance. Small malachite. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be... Oh, interesting. Give me biomes of plenty malachite. But this is likely going to be a limonite and banded iron vein, which is quite nice. We'll have so much iron, and a tiny bit of copper. Yep, there it is. So this is the first time we're actually going to be mining an ore vein properly, because up until this point we haven't been able to, but on the way down here my pickaxe kind of upgraded itself. I hear a lot of zombies, by the way. Oh, banded iron can't be mined, but limonite can. That's weird. So yeah, I think I mentioned this last time, but ores in GTNH spawn very differently than in Minecraft. We'll have 1 big ore vein every 3 chunks, and you can't get ores anywhere else. So you can see here, there is a ton of iron. Okay. And then there's also magnetite by our base. Magnetite is another form of iron ore. Because of course it has to be realistic, so there's not just one kind of iron ore. We got limonite, we got banded iron, we got magnetite. Mineral sand is actually the first piece of iron we got. Oh, we gained a modifier slot. That means I can apply another thing like a diamond to it. Not another diamond, because we already have one, but I could put on redstone, which applies haste, or I could put on lapis, which gives luck, aka fortune. Also, not sure if I talked about this enough, but I am using a texture pack called Modernity GTNH to make everything look like modern textures, and I mean everything, even the really late-game machines all have new textures. And so, regular GTNH players might find these textures a bit cursed, but that's why we have other series you can watch. I know, 3 and 9 right now online, and I think Soycake as well, are really opposed to modern textures, so they're playing with default if you want to watch them. Soycake's streaming pretty regularly. But yeah, it helps me a lot, because I really prefer modern GT textures. I'm indifferent for Minecraft textures other than Netherrack, but Gregtech, old textures just look really bad in my opinion. I'm just gonna keep mining until we have 4 stacks of cobblestone, because, like I mentioned, we have a quest we can claim for an iron pickaxe head once I get a bunch of cobblestone, so I'm just gonna keep going here. We already have a stack of iron and a little bit of copper to go with, and once we have the iron pickaxe, I can actually mine all the ores I'm leaving here, because this is not the right mining level. Oh, we have 4 stacks now. I will claim this. Oh, but what second tool do I want? Could go for the shovel, since we do need to dig a lot. Honestly, yeah. I think I'll do that. Oh, I didn't bring any flint, so I can't repair my pickaxe. I can at least change out my shovel head. So that takes our mining speed from 4 to 6, and our durability from 122 to 203. And we can repair this. Even though we can't make an iron shovel, we can repair it since it just needs iron ingots. But yeah, there's a little bit of server lag today. Dragonium and Flurbin, who handle the server, are looking into fixing it. I think Dragonium has a patch, which he will do later today, but that requires a server restart. So we'll just live with it for now. Here we go, iron pickaxe. Once again, an upgrade from 4 mining speed to 6, but also, more importantly, we're able to mine stuff like this. Oh, I did not see this. Chief Logan set up a mob farm, apparently. He's using the pistons we got at the start, and I assume he's using a skeleton spawner. I think those sticks, I think they're just being used to block the water or something? I don't know. That's really cool. I don't know if the paper came from the mob drops, but that's very useful. There's a skeleton in there, but it has been there trying to die for a very long time. It might be infernal. It might just be invincible. I don't want to check, though, so we'll deal with that later, maybe when Logan's on. Also, a nice byproduct of our coke ovens is this creosote here, which can smelt 32 items at a time. Just 1 bucket of creosote. So I'm gonna let this go through all of our magnetite and then a bit of our brown limonite, and then I'll do another 32 in here. There, I'm gonna run some coal in here now, because we don't just have to put logs in to make charcoal, we can also put in regular coal to double its burn time and make even more creosote, so we can get coal coke. So now we actually have a decent source of iron. And I don't know if I made this clear yet, but we can't just turn iron into tools like this. We do have to melt it in a smeltery, and then cast out that iron into tool parts like this. So then, with a source of iron and a small source of copper in the form of malachite, we should actually make a smeltery to cast out these metals. And we do have quite a bit of sand and gravel, just still not quite enough for my purposes. I want a fairly large smeltery, and they are very expensive. I think they might be cheaper than they used to be, because I swear it used to be like 600 sand, but we still need around 300. Well, with these upgrades, this isn't actually that bad. And since we are once again out of useful food, I want to introduce another cuisine we can make with our locally sourced meats. We can make a meaty stew with 1 piece of human flesh and stock, which can be made with human flesh. Man, I should start a cooking channel. But this will also need us to use a bunch of these tools. Also, don't know if I showed this, but a file's made with 2 plates, and plates are made with a hammer, and a hammer's made with 6 ingots. I know these crafting recipes don't really make sense, like what is cubic zirconia, but this is just a placeholder for any material, including iron. Yeah, we can make rods and plates, and then we need to turn some of these rods into bolts, and turn some of those bolts into screws, and then we need to turn other rods into rings. And that should be everything we need for a pot, which actually used our bucket, so I'll have to make a new one. But since everything requires plates, that means using 6 iron rather than 3. But yeah, we can make our own buckets now since we have so much iron. So with the pot now, we'll make a bit of stock, and then for the sake of unique foods, I'll just eat 1. And then we can combine these together. Oh, what's that? Gravy. You know what? I'll have 1 for the sake of unique foods. But that's not what we're making. We're making meaty stew here. 14 meaty stew. 3 hunger bars. No, we're selling this. This stuff's free. It's literally just human meat and barley flour. Yeah, there's a lot of foods. In case you weren't paying attention, there is a lot we can go through here. Here's another one. Hot wings. We can use human meat to me. Oh no. Lemon chicken. That's not chicken, but sure. How many unique foods are there? That has to be a goal for the playthrough. Eat every Pam's food, which is kind of insane. I mean, just take a scroll here. There's 5 pages of foods. But if I did all that, I'd get like 7 rows of health. But now, after 2 days of walking around doing nothing because I was running into food issues, we can actually mine the sand I said I'd mine. and make our smeltery. Okay, I think we now have enough. Clay might be a problem though, because I've been doing the math on that, and we'll need about 8 stacks of clay, so I'm actually going to grab a bit of this. I guess I should explain what we're actually using this all for. We're trying to make grout, which gets turned into unfired seared bricks, which gets smelted and turns into all of the different smeltery materials. Thing is, this needs a lot of grout. And then I'll make 2 iron mortars and start crushing clay. Each mortar can do a stack of clay, and so we'll need 8 mortars. Oh, this would be a lot better if we had terracotta, I see. That's 12 iron ingots. There we go, 8 stacks of small clay dust, and then we can turn that into regular clay dust. For 2 stacks of that, and oh, that's only enough for one recipe, one batch. Whatever. This is still an insane amount of grout. Oh no, I need water buckets. Guess we're going to the river and draining the entire thing. This is our first taste of GTNH here. Things will only get worse. And we'll have to do this again for actually making the brick blocks, because for some reason they decided you also needed water buckets to turn bricks into blocks. Can I do this? Oh, I can. That's even easier. Okay, now for phase 2 of microcrafting. We have to turn all these into bricks, which we do actually have enough durability for. And then we have to smelt all these bricks, but we've been running 2 furnaces for a while. That's kind of stupid. I'm gonna upgrade to a full furnace wall. There, now we have a very grand furnace wall. So finally, we can actually get each component of the smeltery going. We're gonna start with the drains, because those will end up being the most expensive part. I'm gonna have 2 drains. And if this works like new versions, that should be able to support 4 faucets. And this is where things start to get expensive, because for every drain we're gonna need many faucets and many casting tables and casting basins, which I can't even do right now. I need water to turn these into brick blocks. There we go. So next up is the smeltery controller, which will actually let us access the inside of the smeltery. And then we'll make 2 seared tanks, which will fuel the smeltery with lava. And then all remaining seared bricks will be turned into brick blocks to build the structure of the smeltery itself. So now to figure out where to actually put this smeltery. And I have 2 ideas. I could put it near the mob farm, because sometimes you get some nice things you want to melt. And I actually already dug this area out for magnetite. Or I could use this central room inside of the dungeon. I would probably take off all the wood, but this could be a nice spot. It really depends though, because the smeltery is going to be really wide, like this. And so I need walking space around it, and so I don't think this room's actually a good fit. So yeah, we'll make our own room over here. And this doubles as a magnetite mine while I'm making it. There we go. That's the center of this new room. There's still a little bit of iron in the roof, and then I should also decorate this. I'm very glad the game gave me a chisel. We could probably make our own now, but this is very useful for building. Okay, so this is decorated enough. I'm gonna actually build the smeltery now. This is probably one of the most expensive early game multi-blocks. We don't have lava though, and that's a pretty big problem, because you actually cannot pick lava up with a clay bucket. Well, you can, but it breaks the bucket, and you cannot hold that bucket anyways without gloves. And so we're gonna need to make gloves, which need woven cloth, which need a lot of cotton and string. Now, normally I start working on this way beforehand with a big cotton field, but I forgot. It seems like we have a bunch of string anyways though, so we might be fine. So we can make 1 left-hand glove and 1 right-hand glove. That was actually really easy. Normally I have to start a whole cotton farm and wait a long time, but this time we didn't have to. And then we can grab an iron bucket, get our tank, and then find a lava pool. We could probably actually just pull from the end portal, since there's lava there, and we found the end portal before we found any other source of lava. But I actually don't remember the way down there. Well, we'll find a way. Okay, that's really weird. So there's that tomb area, which is where we died, and that's right below the stronghold, and that's creating issues. In fact, that is the section where I died, right there. I've lit up parts of it. But yeah, we don't want to deal with the tomb area, we just want to get to the portal. And luckily, we have a map here, so there's the portal. Speedrunners seeing this right now. And so now is the part I'm unsure about. Oh no. Why did we decide to keep them here? This was such a bad idea. I'm actually going to remove that spawner. You can't break spawners. That's awesome. What are you? It's a fishing silverfish. That doesn't make sense. Okay, I can one-shot most of them, but it only takes one infernal silverfish. Oh, they dropped silver. Wait a minute, that suddenly makes them very useful. What are those? Those aren't silverfish. Okay, well, we're in too deep now. I just need 2 more buckets. I'm taking damage? I don't know what I'm taking damage from. Jeez, that thing takes so much damage. I don't know what's happening anymore. Like, what am I taking damage from? I'm just gonna die. Hold on. I have a bed. Oh, I know now. I had a lava bucket. It didn't make a damage sound. It didn't give any feedback on it, but I had a lava bucket and wasn't holding it in one of my main hands. That's why I was dying. Okay, so it does work. The gloves do work in the offhand, so this is what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to hold 1 tank in the offhand, 1 tank in... Oh, they both stack. They both stack. That's good. That guy just poisoned me. We're gonna head out. Lava trip successful. Now we have a fully functional smeltery. Well, let's make some tool molds now. So I can make a pickaxe head cast. This will only go once, but it's a cast. That's all that matters. And, oh, right, we don't have a casting table. I need the casting table before I use the molds. So we're going to grab a bunch of cobblestone, and we're going to melt it down into seared stone, because you need seared stone for a casting table right here. Okay, there we go. Now we can cast out some seared stone. And did they have it in this version that it blends together into the product? No, it'll just randomly turn into it. Like that. And that's our final piece of the puzzle. So I can replace this casting basin with a casting table, put in a pickaxe head clay cast, and then we'll replace our pickaxe head with bronze. Now bronze is actually not that much better than iron, but it is better, so we're gonna use it. Stop putting in more cobble. What? Oh. Wait, that's kind of good. This cobblestone actually retains heat value when I replace the item. That's so useful, unless it's glitched and it's just gonna randomly return to 0. But yeah, I'm leaving this in so that it constantly dumps more cobblestone in. By the way, that looks really nice. What? That's Tinker's Construct bronze. That looks so good. That's a building block right there. Oh, I could build deep docks from Silksong with that. Anyways, our first handmade metal tool. The iron pickaxe head we have right now is just from Quest Reward, but this is a lot better. I'll have to fully repair first. There we go, it's slightly faster mining speed, and quite a bit more durability. And so now we're just gonna start making everything out of bronze, but not so fast. We don't actually have a sustainable source of bronze, we need tin to do that, and we don't have any tin. So I'll have to find a tin vein. But before we search for tin, we will make a few tool upgrades with bronze, mainly some tool rod upgrades, because bronze multiplies the durability a little bit, and then also adds the modifier reinforced, and reinforced sort of just acts as unbreaking. So reinforced 1 is unbreaking 1. It gives a chance to not use durability. Yeah, durability modifier 1.25x, so this is 25% more durability. And then we'll do the same on the mattock. We can upgrade its durability with a bronze handle, and then upgrade its speed with a bronze axe head. Oh, it does have 2 mining speeds, so it has one for the shovel and one for the axe. I thought it was unified. But yes, we better find some tin before I use up the durability on these. We have 11 bronze left from just looting chests, and that will only get us so far. Okay, so I can show GT ore veins here, and it'll show me that we've had a soapstone vein, a gold and magnetite vein there, and then a limonite iron vein there. Apparently we've also found a magnetite vein there, I did not know. but in between there should be another one. So then this is an ore chunk, it says in the top left, and so we'll start going down. Okay, well that didn't take long. This is an oil sands vein, which is going to be pretty nice in LV because we can centrifuge that into oil, and I want to do a lot of oil stuff, but it's not useful now. Okay, this is another ore chunk, so we'll start going down. I'm hoping it's either tin or coal, actually. Coal is another vein that we kind of need to get sometime, but it's not as high of a priority. Oh, is this a lapis vein? Well, there's a bunch of small lapis, but lapis is another nice thing to have. It is, in fact, a lapis vein, though. Unfortunately, it's kind of merged into the crypt. This calcite is important, by the way. We're going to need it to make concrete used in a blast furnace. There, that's enough lapis. Each lapis smelts into 3, and later we can even make it turn into 6. So that's more than enough. Golden magnetite again. Graphite ore! Yes! Okay, this can take some players extremely long to find. This is a diamond vein. Diamond and graphite. Okay, I've actually just talked to Soycake, and he's gonna put a portal in our base. Right there. So while I'm searching for Cassiterite, he'll probably stop by and place the portal there. And then we'll have a link to their nether hub, which means we can go to their bases much easier. Rock salt. Okay, that's actually quite nice. Not for anything we actually really need right now, but rather because it's a source of salt. Small kaolinite? No. Wait. Why does this exist? It's a kaolinite vein. Get out of here. Only real ones know what I'm talking about. Time for our 17th time? I don't know actually how many times we've tried digging down for cassiterite. This one will be the one, surely. Oh! It is actually cassiterite. Okay. Here we go. This is a mother lode. So, like I mentioned, this vein is only tin. It's just tin and cassiterite. And as if that wasn't powerful enough, each cassiterite smelts into 2 tin ingots. So if I can dig down to the part where we get cassiterite, we'll be absolutely rolling in tin. So then I'm going to mine this all out, and we'll have bronze, and so we can start working on steam machines. But before I do that, I think I want to set up my restaurant first. I think that's how I'm going to end this episode. So, episode 3 will be steam machines. Crazy that we're moving at the pace of TFG, even though TFG felt a lot shorter, definitely a lot easier, and probably more fun. I'm having fun here, we have friends, but on my own it certainly would be a lot less fun than TFG. Oh, Soycake set up the portal. I'm gonna put stuff away before I go through there. You can imagine GTNH Nether is not exactly survivable. And while we're in the Nether, just briefly, I am gonna melt down this tin and copper, and this will make us 9 bronze. Well, let's go. Let's see if they've set up anything, like a highway, or if I have to make my way to spawn myself. If I can just go to spawn, we'll check out what they're doing there. Wow. Okay, there's a bunch of small ores here. But yeah, they just set up an entire tunnel, and it's fully enclosed. Like, this is all safe. Also, nether ores, if we can find a proper nether vein. Nether ores smelt into twice as much as their overworld variants. How did they do this? This is so fast. Do they have mining hammers? Actually, it is Soycake. You know what? This is Soycake's base. I'm gonna check it out. What on earth? Ow. What is your base?
Who's? What? Who are you talking to?
What the hell is this farm? I'm at your guys' base. I used the Nether highway.
Oh, no.
Oh, hey, what's
We
up,
had
man?
to dig out this entire hill because that's gonna be our base plan. It took a while.
I'm working on making a farm for hempcrete for good building blocks.
What is this?
This mountain has been carved out.
We've been going pretty slow. We need
We've been going pretty. Yeah. Okay.
What
bud.
do you mean pretty
Okay,
slow?
bud.
Hey, Hekida, look at this. Have you seen this?
What?
Look.
That's cool, man. Oh, you have witch spawners
Speechless.
set up, which is what Logan wanted to do, but we haven't been playing as much as you guys. What does this do?
So this spawns, you know, like the slime islands, how there's like blue slimes up there?
Oh, I
Sometimes it
see.
can- We move the fluid down with illegal methods because you're not supposed to be able to do it. And then we set up a farm so we can do it. And Soycake is now replacing the spikes. There's an enchantment called Educational that drops more XP orbs. So we're gonna start like just hoarding all the XP. So as soon as we get into LV, we can start XP crafting all the.
We have all the.
So it's just Garden of Grind tech then. You're gonna be XP crafting all your materials.
Well, XP crafting isn't exclusive to GOG. It's still really good in non-GOG. You want some food, Tekiba?
Well, actually, I have plenty right now. I got meaty stew. This is likely made of soy cake, probably. Oh, okay.
Made
Actually,
of soy cake?
I thought that would do more
Don't worry
damage.
about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'll come back here in a few days, see what you guys build. But yeah, you guys have been playing a little bit. Yeah, so Tofu Corp, which is Soy Cake and 3, they've been going absolutely wild. What on earth? What? That's literally just the Terraria texture. Okay, so I heard a little bit about this. 9 is flattening spawn, getting it ready for the shopping district, but that means that our beautiful hillside has already been leveled. The reason there was slimes there is presumably because he stole a slimy excavator from Tofu Corp. But yeah, spawn hasn't changed too much other than that, but there is Logan's thing over here. But you know what, while we're here, I have everything I kind of need. And I don't want to work on steam machines yet, so I might as well start working on the restaurant. I didn't really bring any building blocks, though. Ooh, that log looks nice. I might use that. Oh. Why? It's such a good-looking log on the outside. Okay, we just won't use the inside face. Okay, here's what I'm planning. You have the entrance in here. There's a little counter along here. And then behind the counter, we store all of our food and ingredients over here. Maybe we have a quick workstation here to do anything we need to. And then we'll sell here. Because I want it to be a little bit self-serve, I'll probably have some chests here where they can trade in items. We'll allow them to trade in maybe steel or something to get food. And maybe steel's a bit too expensive, but something there. And then I'll allow a box for them to drop in human meat. Oh no, maybe I should make that separate. I should make that separate to make it seem like it's not related to this building. Because I am definitely not serving human meat here. Okay, so I'm doing what I can with limited resources, but I think this is pretty decent. Didn't bring my chisel. That would have made things a lot easier, because there's so many varieties of blocks I can make with that. I could probably use this iron I brought and turn that into a chisel, but honestly, I might have to head back to my base anyways. Okay, I'm kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here for resources. I think I'm gonna use quarried stone as the floor. Wow, dark oak trees are actually a pretty good source of wood. Oh, someone's here. Saw a name tag. Or am I insane? I think I'm insane. Don't want them to find out about where I get all my food. Oh, Soy Cake is here. Why is he crouched? Hello.
Okay. Oh,
Hello.
hi, Heki, hi.
Hi. What are you
Hello.
guys doing here?
Nothing.
You want some
Nothing.
soup?
Is it made out of our team?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
I got 9 right here. I got 9 right here.
I think that constitutes.
What are you willing to
cannibal-
trade? It's 3 hunger bars, meaty stew, 2.5% grain and protein.
Okay, I'll give you some yellow hearts for it.
Wait, what do you mean? Does that just give me increased health?
No, but it's a full heal when you eat it.
How much do you want?
I'll give you 3 hearts for how much stew you think is appropriate.
Well, I have all this, so there you go. I have 9.
Okay.
9.
Great.
It's good soup.
I haven't eaten any yet. I don't dare to put it in my mouth. I'll just hang it on the wall.
Hang it on the wall. It's like having a picture of yourself. Listen, no animals were harmed in the making of that soup.
That is false information, by the way.
not-
That's just provably false.
What do you mean?
It's not entirely comforting for reasons.
No, non-human animals.
Me when I
The
specify.
fact that you have to qualify that does not improve the concern here.
Unfortunately, I did not bring a lot of... Wait, I have an idea. Hold on, I can produce the ingredients right here, right now. Hold on. Don't look don't look at the restaurant.
Take your
that
armor off
wasn't-
more.
That wasn't enough.
Here, see ya.
Yep.
Oh, that's odd. The cook just fell.
Oh, 8 more.
Another delivery of ingredients.
Yeah.
No way.
Okay,
I
I've
could've
finished the
done that.
walls, so I'm gonna have to go back to solo recording.
All right.
Well, they're setting up a shop over there, but I now have the walls complete. I will have to get a roof on here. I don't really have an idea how I'm gonna do that. Could just do dark oak, because I have so much dark oak. Yeah, early game buildings are not gonna look great, because we can't really do anything we want. We have to make do with the very few resources we're given. So I'm sure in just maybe 2 weeks this will already look really primitive and outdated. But it is something. Hold on. They just sent a message on their server, well, on our server, saying, what the hell? This is direct competition. Copper or tin, 1 ingot for 1 sandwich. 1 ingot for 1 sandwich. Those are wild prices. Okay, that's where we can win. No one can afford that. I'm selling cheap here. Okay, so now that we have the building set up, I'm gonna head back to the base, and we're gonna bring a ton of ingredients. Are there backpacks at this point? Oh, hold on. I'm not supposed to have a backpack yet, but we do have a little bit of steel, so I can make a steel ring like that, and then we need woven cloth, which I think is cotton and string. Just barely enough. 36 slots. Wow, that's good for a basic backpack. Once we have stainless steel, we can upgrade it, but that's crazy. Okay, so that means I can store all my tools in this backpack and not worry about it filling my inventory, and then I can continue just dumping out all these items, because we have so much. So yeah, we'll do a stack of meaty stew here. I think I'm going to start with a stack of each food, and then we'll lay it out. Another thing we're going to sell is seed soup, and the reason why is because I can turn all this barley into seeds. I think I can do the same with wheat, and then combine it with stock in a pot, and then there you go. Seed soup. Oh, a hot dog. That actually might be really good. There we go, 2 stacks of dough gets us a stack of bread dough, and then we can cook up all this bread dough. That'll get us hot dogs, and once we get those hot dogs, then we can finally serve all of this. And by the way, in case it hasn't been made clear, all of this is made with our mystery ingredient. Out of this pool of meats you can use, on here, mincemeat, you know how we make that. Seed soup, once again, stock. Carrot soup, stock. Meaty stew, stock, and the meat itself. And then we're gonna use mincemeat in the hot dogs. Okay, there we go. 100% natural ingredients sourced from local businesses, which is all technically true. And there we go. That's actually quite nice. I like the look of that. They don't need to know how it was made. They just need to know that it is good food. And it was natural. And it was locally sourced from businesses. Now, the people running the businesses are the food, but it was sourced from local businesses. Anyways, I have to end the episode here. We are probably going to start getting steam machines next time, but I am very happy with this absolutely amazing establishment. So thank you all for watching, and God bless.